Hey there everybody, Meg here. It's 5 o'clock and thanks for joining me for my HIIT Core and More live class tonight. I'm going to give everybody a couple of moments to jump on. So if you are just tuning in and joining us, welcome. You haven't missed anything yet. I'm going to give people about 1 minute before I actually get started with everything. So hello, who do we have here? We have Kristen Giambetti who just joined us. So hi Kristen, Diane just joined us, Paula just joined us. I think this class is going to actually have a lot of people, so I'm psyched. Sharon, some of my regular power peeps who take my weekly classes. We got Meg. Welcome everybody. Again, I'm just going to give everybody about a minute or so to jump on. We got Lee. Hey everybody, I can see you, so I know who's on here. And no worries if you can't stay for the whole thing. I'm going to be focused on other stuff, so don't worry if you have to jump on or jump off. I hope everybody's having a good evening. I have an awesome sweat session prepared for you tonight. Hey Carrie, lots of people out there. Thanks for showing up tonight, everybody. So if you're wondering, what do you need for tonight's class? Honestly, make sure you have some water. If you have some equipment with you, that's totally fine. You can feel free to work it in. There's no requirement to have any equipment for tonight's workout. So if you don't have anything available, you're good to go. Who else do we have that just joined us? We got Jen. I think we have some more people. And in case you're wondering at home if there's any burpees involved in tonight's workout, there are. For those of you who take my regular classes, I'm sure I'm having tiny babies being thrown at me right now. In virtual reality. Chrissy's here, hi. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get started. In case you just jumped on and you're not sure where you are or who you're talking to, I'm Meg, Mary Ellen, owner of Empowered by Meg. Normally tonight, I would be teaching my arms and abs, called Armed and Fabulous, and my HIIT boot camp classes. So tonight with our social distancing, I decided to come up with kind of a hybrid, and we're going to be doing what I called HIIT Core and More. So yes, you guessed it, tonight's workout is going to include high intensity interval training, as well as some core work, and maybe a couple other things. So again, you really only need yourself. If you have some things around like dumbbells, or whatever you got nearby, small children that you can pick up easily, feel free to work them in. I will let you know when other props and things can be utilized, okay? So again, make sure you have your water. Feel free to take breaks whenever you need to. I'm going to give you options for all levels, so don't overdo it. Do what you can, make this what you need it to be. I'm so excited that all you have decided to log on and join me. And we're going to get started with our warm-up. We will be done in about half an hour total from the time you logged on to the time you log off, okay? In case you don't know what HIIT stands for, I mentioned it earlier, it's high intensity interval training. Don't let that scare you. All that means is we're going to be working back and forth between periods of vigorous activity and a little less. You're going to base that on your own ability. So what I might be doing might be way different than somebody else out there. And that's okay. You can make this your own. It's your intensity levels, okay? All right, so let's get it started with our warm-ups. Okay, we want to do a total body warm-up here. Some of the things that we're going to do in our warm-up, you are also going to be doing during our workout today, okay? So let's go. Let's start it off and let's take it into some walking knee hugs. So regardless of what you have for space, if you're working with limited room, you feel free to just do these right here in place. If you're not able to bring your knees up and hug them, just maybe bring your arms out in front and try to get your legs up as high as you can. I'm going to stay within have a lot of room here that I could do this, but I want to stay on camera for everybody. Again, thanks again for showing up. And if you're just joining us, you have not missed a thing. All right, let's take it into some walking straight leg kicks. So take your legs, kick them up one at a time. Try to get those legs up to reach those arms. I'm going to try to do these in reverse. Again, also I can stay on camera with you. I hope you all have been having an okay day. And again, if you joined me earlier today at our 12 p.m. stretch break, hope you found that helpful. Okay, now what I want you to do is to start to take it into some walking hip rotations. So external rotation here. We definitely want to make sure those legs are good and warmed up. And then you can also take these in reverse. Good. Okay, this next one, we're going to take it into some leg swings. If you need to, feel free to move yourself closer to a wall or hang on to something, go for it. Basically, all you want to do is gently swing your legs from front to back to loosen up through those hips. Yes, this can be also an exercise in balance. So if you are struggling with the balance portion of this, that's not what this is about. Move closer and hold on to something. Go ahead and switch legs. Try to keep your legs straight and just swing from front to back. Great. Okay, we're going to take it on down to the ground. Come on down to hands and knees. If you joined me last night for our class, these will look familiar to you. We're going to start it off and we're going to do some hip circles. So with a bent knee, circle. And now start to take those circles in the opposite direction, still staying on the same leg. And now I want you to go ahead, extend that same leg out to the side, and we're going to take it into some half hip rockers. We did these last night as well. This is one of my favorite warm-up drills. Start to feel the inner thigh, loosen up. A lot of times people will go ahead and jump right into your workout. That's not really a good thing to do. You don't want to injure anything, so the best thing to do is to do some light warm-up activity. It could be walking, jogging, jump roping, mobility drills like we're doing here. And now we're going to come back to the center. Now I'll demo it from head on. And switch legs and take it to your hip circles on the opposite side. And again, make sure you're drawing those circles within a range that works for you. So if you were taking one of my classes, you already know that these are some of our drills that we do regularly. Please switch directions. And if you're new and you're joining me on the interwebs tonight for the first time, and you've never been into one of my actual classes, this is how we start things off, mobility drills. Okay, take that leg out to the side, sit back into the hips, come back to center. Bring it on back. And release it. Good. Okay, from here, go ahead and place your hands underneath your shoulders. Turn your toes underneath and pop yourself up into a downward facing dog. Okay, we're going to hold that stretch, reaching your heels back towards the floor. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start to walk our hands back to our feet so we're up in a standing position. See how I got you up? All right, we're going to take it next into our traveling pivot squats. So take a side step up, squat, keep your feet wide, pivot, and continue. And whatever amount of space you have to work with, wherever you are, just go ahead and work in with that. Try to keep your head and your chest up. And keep those feet wide. Good. All right. Now right where you're at, set your feet hip width distance apart, and let's take it into about 10 prisoner squats. So hands here at the top of our head, slide your hips and your butt back, weight into your heels, breathe out as you stand for 1, 2, 3. If you checked out my Facebook or my Instagram stories before this class, I recommended one of my personal playlists. Maybe you have that jamming in the background, or maybe you have your own. We've got 2 more. I can count and talk at the same time. And here's 10. Great. Okay. a walking lunge, and add a twist. Arms come up, twist. Do these nice and slow. This one is not about quantity, it's about our quality. And I'd like you to do about maybe 20 more seconds of those. I'd like to add that rotation so we're starting to open up through that side body. Great. Okay, so arms down at your sides. Let's call a little bit of attention to our upper body. Let's do some shoulder shrugs and rolls. If you just got off your work from home duties, or you're taking a break from a day long's worth and it's still not over yet, I bet you have a lot of tension up here in your shoulders. I know it stinks, but let's try to loosen that and release it. Take your arms out to the side, arm over arm cross, and now start to add in a little bit of a cross-body pivot with a reach. And go ahead, bring those arms up overhead, and let's start to warm up our lats. Draw your elbows down toward the floor. Big deep breath out as you pull down. I want you to imagine like you're reaching up, grabbing some handles, pulling them down towards the floor. Release it. Okay, arms come out in front, and let's warm up through the midsection of our back. Pull back, release. Pull back, release. Good. Okay, so from here, we're going to fold it forward. We're going to reach down, or come out into a hand walkout. Okay, so fold forward, walk it on down. We're walking it out, and we're into a high plank. Make sure your hands are right underneath your shoulders. I want you to keep that body level, flex those feet, draw your abdominal muscles in, squeeze your glutes and your thighs. If you're not able to support your body weight from this full stance, a modification is to come down onto your knees and continue to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it. Great. We've got one more drill to warm ourselves up, and then we'll get right into the workout. Okay, we're going to start with some push-ups here. Again, if you need to modify it, you can do it from your knees, or you can do it from full military. Ready, set, and go. Lower down. Bend those elbows. Try to track it so that your elbows are angled slightly back towards your feet or your butt, okay? You don't want to have them coming out 90 degrees. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and stop. Great. Okay, so you have your water. Go grab a sip of it now. Keep it nearby because you might need it. And turn up that playlist if you have it. Again, I really wish I could offer you music, but in order for my video to stay up on Facebook, I unfortunately don't have the rights to issue you music while we're working together. So I hope whatever you have playing in your own background is good. All right, so I promised you intervals, HIIT intervals, high intensity interval training. Purpose of that, get that heart rate up, have a little bit more of an efficient workout, boost that metabolism. We're going to be working in 2-to-1 ratios. That means we're going to be working hard for 1 minute, and then we're going to slow it down and recover for half that time. So 30 seconds if you're bad with math. All right, so we're starting it off pretty simple. For our first minute, we're going to be doing jogging. Ready? In 3, 2, 1, and go. Now, if you're joining us at home and you don't have space to jog, you can jog right here in place. If you're not able to jog and you can't take the impact, you can still get a good workout and do some high knee marching. So whatever you got. If you have a treadmill nearby, you could feel free to jump on your treadmill. All of the intervals that we're going to be doing today, we're going to be repeating probably 2 times. So just want to be prepared for that. I'll give you a little check-in. We're halfway there. So you've got about 30 seconds. Then you'll have a 30-second recovery. Your recovery, sometimes I'm going to give you a drill to do. Sometimes we're actually going to take a little break. The breaks are good. That's where the magic happens. I see a lot of people, they skip those breaks. I see you when you do that. I give you a break for a reason. And you got another 5, 4, 3, 2, and stop. Good. Okay, we have a 30-second recovery. So for this one, we're going to do a hand walk up. Fold forward. Come to your high plank. Walk your hands back to your feet. Stand up tall. Keep repeating. Make sure when you come into that high plank, you're drawing your abdominal muscles in. Breath out as you come up. And we're getting ready for round 2 of our intervals. Now, we're going into jumping jacks. So we're here for 1 minute. Jumping jacks are hard for some people, I know. You gotta practice those Kegels if you've had babies. I know this can be a problem. But the good news is, you're in the comfort of your own home, so nobody's gonna see what happens. If you need to modify this, tap it out. Arms come up overhead, or if you're new to cardio and those jumping jacks kind of caught you by surprise, take it on down to this tap up. Also, if you get cramping in your calves, tap outs work fine. And we are about 15 seconds out from this, and we'll take it into another recovery. Your second recovery is going to be a hand walk out again, but we're going to add a walk down to it. And stop. Okay, hand walk up. Walk it on out. Drop it on down to a forearm plank. Walk it back up. Reach up tall. Make sure you're breathing. Draw those abs in. Now we have time for one more. And release it. Good. Now we're walking into our next high intensity round, 1 minute. And we're going to take it into a jump squat. So sit back into your hips, reach those arms up. You're doing a hop, lowering down into a squat. Again, if this is too much, you could just perform the squat, come up onto your toes, and eliminate the jump. If you are incorporating that jump, make sure you're keeping your core engaged, landing nice and soft. I know a minute is a long time to do these. And on this next recovery, you're getting a full 30 seconds to rest and breathe. Here it comes. 3, 2, and stop. 30 seconds to recover. Do what you gotta do. How are we doing out there? Give me some thumbs up if you've got your devices nearby. You're about halfway through. You have 15 seconds. All right, we're gonna be repeating back where we started with our jogging. Ready? And go. Remember, with your jogs, if it's too much, take it into a march. Whatever you got. The goal is to try to elevate your heart rate, have your body working at a capacity that's a little above what it normally would, or maybe a lot above. We might have some overachievers out there. That's okay. But again, whatever you've got to bring to the table tonight, we're happy that you brought it. You got about 20 seconds left here. And if you remember, our recovery were those hand walkouts again. Remember what I told you. We're going to repeat everything twice. So everything that we just did, this is round 2. You can do it. And you got another 3, 2, and stop. Okay, back into those hand walkouts. No drop down with this one. Walk it on out to that high plank. Take the breath in as you're reaching up. Breath out as you fold forward. Breath in again. Breath out. Breath in. We have time for one more. I know 30 seconds goes by pretty quick. Bring it on up. Good. Okay, let's take it now starting off, tap outs are totally fine. Great alternative. So far, we've used nothing except for our own body. You don't need a gym to get a good workout. You don't need a lot of stuff. You just need a little bit of motivation, creativity, and consistency. You're almost there. 3, 2, and stop. Good. Okay, recovery. Hand walkouts with that drop down. Walk it on out. Draw the abdominal muscles in. Walk it down. Bring it back up. Try to alternate which arm you are leading with as you walk it down. We have a tendency to choose the same one each time. Good. Okay. Taking it into our final intensity round here for this part, take it into those jump squats. We've got 1 minute. And again, if you need to modify this, squat, come up onto the toes. Once we finish this interval, you will have another 30 seconds to breathe. And then our intervals are going to switch to core-based. That means we're going to work those abs. We might do some push-ups. Still working the core. Landing nice and soft. How we doing out there? If you're working hard, you can't press those buttons. 3, 2, and stop. Great. Grab some water. You've got 30 seconds to breathe. You might even have another extra 15. The good news is you get to lay down for this next part. That's awesome. We have 23 people out there. So I hope you're enjoying the sweat. I apologize that I can't run over and respond to your messages, but I do see them, and I do see them after. Okay, the good news is we're going to be coming down to the floor, and you finally get to lay down. But don't fall asleep, okay? So, join me on your back. These next intervals that we're going to be working with, we're going to maintain that 1 minute with a 30-second rest, okay? And again, I'm going to give you some modifications. So this first one, lay flat on your back. This is what I call the double crunch. Draw your belly button in, lower back connected to the floor, and we're going to take this into a 1, 2, 3, 4 count. 1, the head comes up. 2, the legs come up. 3, the legs come down. 4, the head comes down. Taking it nice and slow, maintaining the belly pulled in and the lower back connected to the floor. Ready? In 3, 2, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure that as you do these, think about trying to hollow and flatten the belly out. I'm doing these from the side so that you can get an idea of what I mean about pulling that belly in and keeping that lower back connected. As you're doing these, make sure that it's your abdominal muscles that you're engaging. Take them as slow as you need them to be. Try not to slam your feet back down because that means your core is not engaged. And make sure that you're keeping loose hands at the sides of your head so that you're not forced or tempted to pull on your neck. For 3, 2, and release. Good. Okay, I'm going to give you a little 30-second breather here. Okay, this is our 30-second recovery period. And from here, I'd like you to come onto your side because what we're going to do for the next minute is we're going to be working our side planks. Okay? If you're not sure what a side plank is, here is the full out version with your legs stacked. If you need to modify that, you're going to sweep your bottom foot back and come up like this, okay? So here we go. Come on to either side, it doesn't matter which. Stack those legs up, or use the foot sweep for the modified, and come on up and hold. Please make sure that you have a 90-degree angle where your shoulder's right over your elbow, and your elbow is in line with your wrist. Reaching that arm straight up towards the ceiling. Feel that whole side body. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your glutes, flex those arms, and come on down. Now we're going to switch to the other side. You at home can just easily transition and come here, but I want to see your faces. Well, you want to see my face. I actually can't see any of you, so I'm going to switch directions. And again, make sure that your shoulder is directly over your elbow. And hang on for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and release it. Good, come on down. You have another 30-second recovery. We're going to be going back and we're going to be repeating that double crunch again along with those 2 side planks in about 15 seconds. How are we doing out there? Everybody good? Are you sweating? Just a little FYI, we will be having one more final HIIT round where we do have some burpees. All right, here we go. Ready? Take it into those double crunches. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Keep the belly drawn in. Lower back connected to the floor. Try to keep those elbows pointed out to the side and not squeezed around in front. And see if you can sync your breathing to your movements. It's not about how many you do, it's about the quality. You're almost there. And you have another 5, 4, 3, 2, and release it. Good. Okay, 30 seconds to breathe before we take it into that last set of our side planks here. And then we'll be taking it into our final finisher. All right, here we go. 10 seconds. Take it onto your side for your side plank. Again, set it up the right way with your legs stacked and your shoulder over your elbow, elbow in line with the wrist. And here we go for 3, 2, and we're here for 30. Try to open up that body so that that arm is pointing straight up towards the ceiling. You don't want your weight forward. And again, if you need to modify this, start with your legs on the ground with the feet stacked and sweep that bottom foot back. That will keep your spine in a nice even alignment. And hang on for 3, 2, go ahead and switch to the opposite side. Same exact thing. Side planks are hard, I know. Fortunately, I'm being kind and giving you 30 seconds instead of a full minute. And we're going to continue here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release it. Good. All right. Are you ready for the next part? You really only have about 2 minutes left of work before we send you on your way. All right, here's the part that if you have some weights and you'd like to incorporate them in, you feel free. Yes, this is where your burpees are, okay? You do not have to use weights for these burpees, but if that's something that you would like to do, by all means, go for it, okay? Remember, your modifications for your burpees can be a step out. I'm going to modify the advanced, then we'll go into the modified. Here we go. Ready, set, and go. Hands to the floor. Jump the feet back, jump them in, stand up. If you want to add an overhead press, feel free. If you need to modify these at all, hands to the floor, step the legs in and out, reach it up tall. If you are not able to support your body weight, walking it on out to that full plank, you could do just a into our mountain climbers. Draw those knees in, one at a time. Again, if you need to modify it, I'm doing these off the dumbbells, but you can do them off the floor for 4, 3, 2, release it. Get those dumbbells out of the way if you were using them. We're going to take it into our final 30 seconds of work here, and we're going to take it into a bear plank, okay? Start on hands and knees. Shoulders right over those wrists. Turn your toes up. Hover right above the floor. It should look like you're on hands and knees, but you're hovering just a few inches off the floor. Draw your abdominal muscles in. Squeeze those glutes. Hold here. And you have another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release it. Good job, everybody. All right, guess what? The good news is you are done. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us tonight. I hope that you had a great workout. That was my HIIT Core and More 30-minute class. Brand new class that I created just for you guys tonight. We got a dose of cardio, we got core, you did a lot of body weight work, so don't worry, we worked your entire body, legs, upper body too. I hope you were able to find something that worked for you. Again, if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm always interested in hearing from people. And thank you so much for continuing to stick together, to tough this out. I know it's frustrating for everybody, but you know, we have a responsibility to do as humans and citizens of the world. And I hope that at least this 30 minutes brought you a little bit of reprieve and made you smile. So be healthy, stay well, and stay tuned because you know I'll be doing more live classes. Have a great night.